Hello, welcome to the Daybreak Star Radio Network. Our motto, what we stand for here, why we launched the radio network, Sherry and myself, is indigenizing the airways. That's our priority here at Daybreak Star Radio Network. And Sherry and I would like to welcome Blue Mountain Tribe. We're very excited to chat with you guys today and share your amazing story and your music with all of our listeners. Thanks for joining us.
So thank you so much. And I just wanted to start off by saying that Sherry's pretty and you're good looking, and I'm overweight.
Thank you very much. We all could use a little pick me up in life, Robin. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, I'd also like to say that when the radio started back about a year and a half ago in July, our executive director here is a Yakima Nation member, Michael Tooley, and he went down to Vegas to Res. And you guys apparently walked up to him and handed him a CD, and he brought it back to me, and we listened to it, and we were like, oh my God, these guys need to be on the air right now. And yeah, we've been playing you since back then.
Since the beginning. Our music library at the beginning was like 100 titles, and now we're up to over 8,000.
Yeah.
Was that the first CD?
Yes.
Relations? Oh yeah, cool.
It's an awesome CD. It's yeah, so everybody, Blue Mountain Tribe is a blues band, and I figure that's what you consider yourselves. They're really, really, really good, and we're really happy to have them on the air with us now.
Yeah, Robin calls us Boogie Woogie Blues. We do a lot of blues and sort of a classic rock style. So we like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Led Zeppelin, just old school classic metal and blues and that kind of stuff.
Sherry, I want to tell you something funny about the first album. There was a bunch of drunk natives on the Apache reservation, and they were in a vehicle and they're all drunk. And the cop, the reservation police, pulls them over. He is listening in his police car to Blue Mountain Tribe.
Wow.
And he goes up to the cop, the car of all these drunk natives, and they're throwing beer cans out, and you are not going to believe what they're listening to on their CD player. Blue Mountain Tribe. The police department contacted us and said, and told us a story. You are not going to believe this. Law enforcement and drunks are listening to Blue Mountain Tribe.
I think that's called full circle.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. But that was
awesome.
hilarious.
Who are you guys? We didn't even start with that. Please tell everybody who you are and what your tribal affiliation is.
Okay, I'm Robin. I'm the lead vocalist and harmonica player. I'm Chiricahua Apache.
Yeah, cute.
And I'm Cooper Hawk. I am Cherokee or Salagi. And then his son, Caleb, is our guitar player. He's also Chiricahua Apache. And then our drummer is Pat Mata, and he is Chumash.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you very much. Could you please share just just kind of going back a few years and share how you guys got into making music and how the passion developed into creating Blue Mountain Tribe for all of your fans that you've been blessed to perform in front of up until now? Okay,
good. I'll start it off, and then you can interject. My brother here loves to interject. I'm going to tease him. I love Cooper Hawk, so I'm going to tease him. Well, Caleb and I started off a regular classic rock band, playing bars and classic rock, and we've always been proud of our Native American heritage. Well, one night, me and my wife and Caleb are sitting there watching PBS, and this band comes on, and they're called Exit. And they are a bunch of natives, and you guys, they got up there, and they literally rock. They weren't playing the drum and the flute. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey. They got up there, boom, doo, 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 and we're rocking it. And my mouth just dropped, and I said, oh my God, these are all Native Americans rocking like that. So I said, Caleb, why don't we start an all Native American blues rock band? We'll go all over, everywhere we can to try to find Native Americans, audition them, and I just want to be so much like Exit. Well, today, Tom B is a good friend of ours, the lead singer in the band, still supports us. So, Caleb and I started. I want to tell the audience that it was so difficult in our area, and a lot of Native Americans not being musically inclined to what we wanted. we went through interviews, and everything else to try to find all Native Americans. And it was like literally impossible. Well, that's when we found Cooper Hawk has always been a friend of ours and played little gigs with us here and there. So we brought Cooper Hawk on, being Cherokee, and then we brought Pat Mata on, who's our drummer, who's Chumash. And the great thing about it is we all live in Tehachapi. So anyways, I was sent a message by Chief Arville Looking Horse to pray for the COVID was happening, wars were happening, people were rioting in the streets, burning down. You guys know it in Seattle and every place else. The world was just going crazy. So he sent us a memo, and this is the most respected chief in the nation, Chief Arville Looking Horse. And he said, can you just do something, pray for this planet, or write something about it? So I went out and we took that information. Cooper Hawk was already in the band at that time. And I went out there and I just smudged and played my drum and asked the creator for words of knowledge. It usually takes a musician weeks, if not months, to write one song. This whole song came to me in 1 hour.
Wow.
1 hour. So then we put it out there, and that's the beginning. Ever since then, the world has gone crazy over Pray for Our Planet and the meaning of we can't give up. We've got to do something about this horrific situation we're going through. So just because of the meaning and the words and the lyrics, and I keep saying it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. When I'm talking about this disparity, I keep letting the world know that it's going to be a very positive song. So
yeah, the band started off as kind of a garage band, bar band, way back 2005 before I came along. And then actually Robin and I met at Sweat Lodge, and we were hanging out then. We became good friends. And then, I kid you not, literally totally separate. I met his son Caleb at the music store here in town because he used to work there back when they were still selling guitars and stuff. And I started talking about his dad to somebody, and Caleb turned around and says, "Hey, that's my dad." And I said, like, "Oh, are you Caleb?" And so we became friends. So Caleb and I are like best buddies. And then a little bit later, Robin comes up and says, hey, I'm starting this band. Hey, and he was telling me about, all Native American. And so I said, oh yeah, sure. Okay. Gosh, this is back around, I don't know, 2010, 2012. I don't know, way back. And then we did the first album, and then I think I had a surgery or something. So I had to like lay out for a while. And then I came back into the band. It was funny though, the second time Robin shows up, like, Cooper, he's like begging me, I need you to play bass, And so I came back in the band again, and we put the second album out. Like he said, a couple of years back, probably 3 or 4 years ago, he wrote the song because one of his elders had asked him, hey, we need to do something about this. So he writes the song. And I think that song has won, 2 or 3 awards, just like best blues video and stuff like this. And the band has really picked up, I guess, since about that song. And then I guess totally by the direction of the creator, man, he meets this guy who happens to be a guy who has a little bit of background. I don't want to spoil by giving his name. Don't tell his name because he always wants to. He wants
a very prominent person.
He's a very famous dude, but he doesn't like to bring a lot of attention to himself.
So he said to mention who he is.
Based on that, this guy comes along and he becomes friends with Robin, and they're like, cutting wood and stuff or whatever, and they just start talking, and then just by conversation, he really likes our stuff. He loves our music, so he's like totally backing us, and he's now our like executive producer, and we just keep writing and stuff, and then. More recently, we just put out the new album, and this is a funny story about this song. Me and Caleb were just in the studio. We were just kind of tootling around, goofing off, and we come up with this song, and he comes up, we do a guitar riff, and then we come up with some lyrics, and it's a very simple blues song. You probably heard it, Mountain Down Blues. We came up with that song. We were just kind of goofing around, and it's funny. We go on YouTube, that song right now has like 28,000 views. All the other songs in the album have like 3,000, 2,000 views. And we're like, what the heck? Why is this song so popular? And then it's funny, every time we go visit a radio station or something, they're like, this is the song they're playing. And it's like, and it was a very simple song. We weren't expecting this to be a popular song at all. But it's like, wow, that's crazy. So anyways, so our producer now, he's just telling us, just keep writing, just keep writing, just keep writing, just keep writing. And I mean, right now we're doing a lot of our own managing and secretarial work and all that stuff, and doing the webpage and getting everything tuned in with ASCAP and all that stuff for the copyrights. And we're trying to get all that stuff done, but Michael keeps telling us, don't worry about that stuff. That'll work itself out. You need to like keep writing, keep writing, keep. So we're just like, you know, trying to write as many songs as we can. And, you know, right now we're hopefully gearing up to be and, you know, recording another album here in another year or so, or hopefully sooner. But anyway, it's funny how things work out, because his song, Pray for Our Planet, just boom. I mean, everybody's into it. And then we got this other song. What the heck? Everybody's into this song. It was like a really simple song. It was just a filler song for the album, and people like it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, as you guys know, we got Gathering of Nations. We'll be performing at Gathering of Nations. And it's the greatest honor you could imagine. You hit the pinnacle of your music career. 1,000 bands, the top bands at the Native American Music Awards, everybody submits the resumes and music and everything else. Out of the 1,000 bands, only 10 actually make the band performances. So we're very, very excited about that. That's going to be in April 28th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So that is going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody needs to pack up the Subaru or the truck and head down to Albuquerque, see you guys live, and maybe do a little dancing.
Oh yeah, fried bread.
Yeah, we hope to see you guys there.
Oh, it'd be great. It would be so. Yeah, we're trying to work it out.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a question. So being Native, and like, I think one of the things that I like about Native Americans making music, and so I have quite the collection of Native American music, is that it doesn't matter the genre of music that we're playing. You can still get a prayer through it, and it can still connect with people, and it can still have great meaning. I mean, because you guys are a rock and roll and blues band, and it's still clear and it still resonates with people. Did you think about that when you were putting Blue Mountain Tribe together? I mean, I know you're doing a Native band, but did you think about how that would reflect in your work?
That's a very good question, Sherry. If you notice our music, we're singing, we're rocking out, we're playing blues, we're getting funky and everything, but we're singing about things that matter to Native Americans. Yeah. And this is why we're so loved and adored. We're singing about Mother Earth, pain, suffering, overcoming, the mountains, all Native American things we sing about in our music. We make sure that we include the Native Americans. And Native Americans are so proud of us, you guys. I get emails constantly saying, thank you so much. We have really nobody. I mean, it was Exit and Indigenous, and then we pop up. And so they are Native Americans all over the country are so proud of Blue Mountain Tribe for doing the things we do and sing about the things. Caleb and I went to the Grammys, and because there might be an opportunity next year for Blue Mountain Tribe to be submitted, and the things they sing about and just hurt your heart and your ears, what those musicians were singing about. And so look at the difference. We're singing about peace, love, and understanding, and they're singing about things that I didn't even want to say on the air.
I hope I mean, that would be such a dream come true for you guys and you guys totally deserve it, in my opinion, 100% to be part of the Grammys, and just would highlight just the Native American sound, culture, and voices. And I mean, if anybody deserves it, it's you guys. How would you say, being Native overall influences your guys' music and your sound and your stage presence and your overall awareness and vibes, for your fan base?
I think the whole band is just about, it's just kind of like who we are, what we are. Like what we write about is just it's just from our gut. It's just stuff that we think about, stuff that we live through, or things that we live with, or things that we're aware of that maybe somebody else that we know is going through or has gone through. We just kind of do what we do. And like, as far as the music, it's just based on our own musical influences. You know, we like a lot of musicians. We love music. I mean, I grew up where we did not, I mean, the record player was on all the time when I was growing up, man. I listened to all kinds of stuff. You name it. I mean, B.B. King, Dean Martin, Johnny Cash, Elvis, Creedence Clearwater, the Eagles, Wayne Newton. I mean, Engelbert Humperdinck. You remember Engelbert Humperdinck? He's still around. He's still touring. But anyways, there's a lot of these different kind of classical, jazz. I mean, we listened to all kinds of stuff when I grew up. In fact, when I was a kid, my dad let me play with his tape recorder, and I just old garage sale guitar, and me and my friend would be making up songs and recording them on this stupid tape recorder. And I think I still have some of those tapes in a box somewhere, it was pretty cool. And then I grew up I love music. That's like my whole life. I was in the band. I was in the jazz band in high school. And I think my first gig that I really was excited about, I was like 14 years old. I was in 9th grade. And just out of the blue, somebody says, "Hey, man, I know this Elvis impersonator. He needs a guitar player." So my first gig was I was playing rhythm guitar for with all these old guys. You know, they were probably in their 20s and 30s and 40s, but I was like 14. And I'm playing rhythm guitar. And I was like, well, I grew up learning this stuff. So that was my first big gig. But we just play music, and we just play from our hearts, from our guts. And that's kind of what we are. So I think just being indigenous, that kind of plays into it. You know?
Yeah, and that's Cooper Hawk. Cooper Hawk, he's a good talk. He talks good, very good long. So anyways, I'm so proud of him, but he's getting a little bit off track with all this stuff. But it's okay. It's okay. He's just excited.
Yeah.
We're all friends here. We're all friends. You guys are a big successful band. We're a great radio network, and we're all having fun here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, on the new album, when I listened to all the mixes, I know this is kind of off topic, but you know, he wrote a song called Stronghold, and it's a historical song. It's a really good, solid blues song, and I really like the way that mix turned out. It's called Stronghold on the album. I would encourage you to check that song out. He wrote that, he sang it. On the album, as far as the way the mixes came out, to me that one had the best mix on it. But it's a really cool song. What's nice about it, it's a good rock and blues song, which goes back to our music background. It's about the history of the Chiricahua Apache Nation, which goes back to, you know, our backgrounds as being indigenous people. Really cool song. I really, that's one I like on the album. But you probably were going to ask us later, what's your favorite song on the album? That's usually the kind of things you get.
Honestly, I was actually my next question was that. So you just gave us a great segue into that, because that is a great song. I wanted you guys to give me a couple of examples of the songs, just like Stronghold, that really have your perspective or the history in it, because it's in so many of your songs, honestly. And you just mentioned Stronghold. What are a couple of the others that really resonate, or that maybe you each wrote individually?
Mm-hmm. Well, mine is Serenity. And Serenity, it's not getting that much attention as far as when we look, see how it's going, but that's the one Cooper Hawk wrote. And Serenity means peace, calm. And if you listen to it, the audience listens to it, you'll just feel that peaceness about it. And I don't even like the songs. They're not the songs that I wrote aren't the songs that I really like the most. It's just sometimes musicians go through that. They don't like their voice, don't like this. But I'd rather pick other songs that I like the most than the songs that I have written.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny about Rob and I. He's totally plugging my songs, and I'm totally plugging his songs. But it's funny because one of my favorite songs was the one I mentioned, and he keeps telling me that my songs were his favorite on the album. I was like, well, that's cool. It's that, we're working together. So, okay, let's do your song now so I can enjoy it. And then I'll do my song so you can enjoy it. But It's cool. The whole album, we liked it because it had quite a variety. We had a rocker that he wrote called "Oh Great Warrior." That's like the title track, and it's a rocker. And then we had "Serenity" and "Sacred Flowers," which were more ballads. And then we had some just "Poor Man Blues" is like a blues shuffle. So what's cool about the album is there's a variety of different styles of blues or rock, or you could even say folk music on there, and there's some traditional stuff in there. Like if you listen in the new mix of, was it "Pray for a Planet" or "Children on the Res"? In the middle, if you hear some drumming in it, that's a powwow drum. We did some drumming on the album. And we did a little bit of chanting here and there, some traditional, like at the beginning of "Sacred Flowers." That's a traditional song. It's the Women's Honor Song. And since the song was about the disappearance of Indigenous women and children being kidnapped here and there, I think that's been addressed. So it's kind of an old topic, but still it's a very serious one. At the beginning, we threw the Women's Honor Song at the beginning, which is actually a traditional song. And we just did that because, it kind of fit with the song. And then the song starts up. And then we had Stephen Rushingwind coming in. He's also a Native American Music Award winner. He came in and played some flute for us on a couple of the tracks. And we really enjoyed getting to know him during the recording session. So it's a good mix of different songs. So if you listen to the whole album, you'll probably hear at least one that you like, even if you don't like this kind of music or you do like that kind of music. So it's a pretty good mix. And I'll be honest, I like some of the raw mixes before they did all the overdubbing. I actually like some of that stuff, which unfortunately that's not on the album. It'd be cool to do a bonus album where we throw the bonus tracks on there, this one we weren't finished mixing, but it's kind of raw, but it's kind of sounds cool. So
Hey, can I say something, Cooper Hunt? Yeah, can I say something, my brother? Yeah, yeah, I love Cooper Huck. He's very intellectual. But the most important thing I want to stress to our fans is to follow us on Facebook. Anybody hearing this is we really need your support, and we love all of you for standing by us and believing in us. So you can see we're both totally excited to be on this very special Daybreak Star Radio show. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. You guys are awesome.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much for doing the interview. We're so honored to have you and to be able to share your music with everybody. Yeah.
I'm glad to meet you guys. You guys are cool. We should hang out sometime. I'll make a trip up to Seattle and we'll have coffee or something.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
That'd be great. Yeah, it'd be gret to have you guys come in. You guys could co-host the show,
Mm.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Cooper Hunt would love that. Yeah, Cooper Hunt would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a club. After we play Gathering Nations, I'm told that we're going to be literally flooded with people from the music industry wanting us to do things. So it would be so bitchin' if we had an opportunity to play a gig up in Seattle.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be so cool.
Yeah, people like music up here. It's one of the great things about the Pacific Northwest. So, yeah.
But it's always raining, so what else are you gonna do? Yeah, we can't go outside and play. It's raining, so we'll just pull up some tunes.
Yeah,
we have some friends in Oregon. I remember we went up there the whole time we were there. It rained almost every day. So,
yeah, sometimes.
I'm weird. I love the rain.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of rain down here lately, and I've been just enjoying it. Everybody's like, "Oh, these clouds." I'm like, "Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they?"
Yeah. So you guys have been playing music for a while now, and you've been in a few bands. It sounds like this one is great. Blue Mountain Tribe is absolutely a great band, and we're thrilled to have it. But what would you say to Native youth or to up and coming Native musicians who maybe haven't played a show yet? Like what advice would you give them?
Well, we really, that's a good question. We really encourage Native Americans. Excellent question. There are so many Native Americans that live on the res or wherever. And we have established a longing and a desire for them to pick up an instrument. Like Caleb. The guy is incredible. My son Caleb on lead, it just blows people away. So now we're getting Native Americans that are asking questions. Hey, how do I start out? How did you guys do this? What kind of equipment do I have to get, and everything else? So we've really inspired the youth to have something to believe in and to do, because the reservation life could be, really boring. You've seen it all. There's not very much going on, and just to have activities where people are starting bands. Hey, Blue Mountain Tribe is a band. Just be like Blue Mountain Tribe. That is the greatest thrill that you could imagine.
Yeah, I like to encourage the young people to learn their traditions. Find an elder and allow them to teach you. Ask them to teach you. Even if I remember my grandparents, when they were older, my grandma would tell me the same story 50 times. You know what? I would just I got to where I wouldn't say like, oh, grandma, I've heard this before. I would just let her tell her story again. And I wouldn't give to hear her stories again, because they've both crossed over into the spirit world. But I would tell young people, learn your traditions, learn your language, do as much as you can to keep it going, because, because of the colonization, we've lost so much information, and the elders that we have left, they're crossing over, and we're losing them, and we're losing so much information. So I would encourage them, find the elders and find out their information, stay away from the drugs, stay away from the alcohol, learn the traditions, seek the creator, take a hike in the mountains or in the desert, and just listen to nature and see how beautiful it is out there. That's what I try to encourage. And then as far as music goes, listen to music, listen to lots of music, find music where the musicians actually know how to play their instruments, not the stuff, because most of the stuff on the radio now, at least the pop stations, is all electronically synthesized. And I mean, I could sit there with a keyboard sampler and make it all up myself, So I encourage them, listen to different kinds of music, and go for the traditions and listen, and I'd be more than happy if some young musician, if we go on tour, if some musician wanted to tag along with me and just come on, it's like, yeah, come on, sit there backstage and hang out with us when we're doing this or that. And then you can help me carry my amp too. But anyways, but just, I try to encourage them to seek the elders and learn the traditions, learn the old ways, Go out in the desert and ask the creator, show me the right way to go, show me the good red road, That's what I try to encourage people to do.
That's actually awesome. That's getting, letting youth know that they can come carry an amp and maybe learn a couple of bass riffs or something. Like, sit there and pay attention. I mean, I did a bunch of theater work, and one of the ways I did it was by carrying guitar cases around and setting stuff up.
Yeah.
So it's not very glamorous, but you get to meet all kinds of people.
Yeah. It's I'm trying to talk, but Cooper Hawk wants to override me and talk. Wait, let me get it. Hold on a second here, Papa.
I was just taking my turn.
Rockstar. Yeah. The greatest thing about the Blue Mountain Tribe is you guys in your audience and people out there. We ain't in this for the money. We ain't in this for the fame and the glory and the hoorah. We are in this to touch people's lives and get a message across. I told the other guys, no, we're not going to get greedy. If money happens, it happens. But that's not our main focus. And we don't walk around with big heads. We're very humble. Blue Mountain Tribe is very, very humble and lovable. So yeah, that's what we're about.
Very true.
Yeah.
It's a good way to be.
Yeah, we just.
Our last question is, it's an exciting question for us, is what's next? What's next on the trajectory for Blue Mountain Tribe that you're allowed to talk about at this point? I know I'm sure there's some secrets, but if there's anything that you're able to share with our audience, that'd be awesome.
Well, probably there's 2 or 3 things. One is we're just looking to get out there and play music for people. We want to do shows. We're writing some new songs. Our plan is we plan to put out a new album. Once this album gets out and everybody's got a copy of it, okay, we want to do another album so people will have access. We just want to keep writing, keep spreading the word, the message of we're indigenous. It's okay to be indigenous. It's okay to keep the traditions going. Please do keep the traditions going and just be a nice person. If you can do something nice, just do it. Just get out there. And like he said, we don't really care about the money. It's more about the getting the message out. And then for me also, I have to throw in a little bit. I just enjoy playing music. If I can just get on the stage and play music, I'm having fun. And I smile at the audience, and he's so funny. And I just enjoy it. I like to make faces at the audience. They're making faces back at me like, hey, how's it going? Right on, cool. But it's just a lot of fun. But that's it. Just get the message out, play some shows. So if you know anybody that wants us to come play, really all we need is, if you can just cover our expenses, we need a little gas money and maybe a couple of tacos, and we're good to go. We'll come play for you. So,
yeah. I would just like to say this, that you guys, Blue Mountain Tribe is going to the top. There is nothing that is going to stop me from us going to the top. I feel it in my heart, my soul, my mind, and my dreams that we're going to the top, and there's nothing going to stop us. Failure is not an option. We either do it ourselves. Hopefully people will come along and help us, which we need. Booking agents. We don't have a booking agent. I've got to try to book all the gigs. Cooper Hawk's trying to get gigs, but the right person is going to come along and take us under their wing and see what we're all about. And, that's my prayer, that person is going to come and help us instead of us struggling and having to pay our own money for this and do that. And not make any money to donate to our causes. I'm going to fight like a bear fighting a mountain lion to take this band to the top.
Awesome.
And we're here to support the journey. Sherry and I, we do these things called world premieres, where we'll highlight an artist and play an album, play a couple singles on there. So maybe for an upcoming project, it'd be awesome if we could do it in the studio, but maybe we could even do it over the phone, and we could kind of do a joint promotion effort on it. And
you two are taking us to the top.
Rights to... I
just figured it out. It's you two that's taking us to the top. Yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah,
we'll try.
Try our best.
This is kind of an aside. Most people don't realize this. You would never guess by meeting me, but I'm an analytical chemist by training. I went to college. I'm only the second person, maybe third person in our family to even go to college. My dad was the first. And I'm an analytical chemist. Believe it or not, I have a PhD in chemistry. You know what PhD stands for, right?
Doctor.
Postal digger.
Postal digger.
Postal digger. I grew up on a farm digging a lot of postals. But anyways, and here's my deal. Whenever I have time, I know there's a lot of our people who have bad water on their land. They don't have good water systems. Whenever I have time, I am more than happy to consult with, and I will even donate my time and go and help people of our people. I don't care what nation, any nation, help develop good water systems for them.
Oh, wow.
So
that's tremendous.
I'm more than happy. In fact, I spoke with someone in Arizona who works on that stuff, and we started emailing, and I said, okay, what can I do? When can I get over there and start doing something, even if it's just to design a system or look at what they got and say, oh, let's just change this out here or out there. But I would be more than happy if and when I have some time, and if anybody wants to donate funds towards that cause, I'm not going to put any of the money in my own pocket. I'm just going to say I'm willing to take my time and spend my time and offer my advice or my expertise towards helping anybody that needs help. And we do charity stuff. We love to do charity work. We have a friend. I'm totally not going to divulge what nation, who their names are. I'm just saying we did a fundraiser where we helped some people save their house because they had some problems. Stuff came up. An elder in the family was sick, and they were trying to help them out, and they got behind in their mortgage payments. So we did a fundraiser, and we raised money to help them basically just pay their house payment. That was it. So we didn't keep any of the money at all. We just whatever came in, we just we pulled it out to the bank and took the envelope full of money over to them and said, here you go, make your house payment.
Yeah, we're strong supporters of Indian causes.
We want to
Standing Rock, the Pipeline, Oak Flat, anybody that calls us or we see, even they don't call us, we'll go out there and do everything, donate money. We're supposed to go to the Native American Music Awards to accept a major, this is gonna blow your mind, Harris, to accept a major award. And I love Harris. I'm trying to make him smile. Yeah, I got you. And we have the award. They said, you guys won this award. And we turned it down and donated the money to the Situations Pipeline. And they needed the money. People were hungry and camping out. And instead of us going to accept this award, and I'm not going to tell you, it was a very large amount of money. We donated that for that cause. Didn't go to the Native American Music Awards, not all the fame, hey, yeah, whatever. We donated the money. So that's what we're all about.
Amazing.
Wow.
It's so amazing.
You were in the band yet, fool?
No, I was involved with the fundraiser. I didn't know about that money. I know we couldn't go to the Native American Music Awards because they had a big snowstorm up in Buffalo back in November. So
we couldn't make it.
That was because of the snow. But either way, though, yeah, we like to help people. It doesn't matter who, when, whatever. Especially our own Indigenous people. We'll help anybody that needs it. Unless they're a jerk. But otherwise, we love to help people, and we like to just spread a positive message. And we just like to play music, and we like to have fun and joke around and.
Yeah, that's a good point, Cooper. If somebody that was non-Indigenous came to us with a plight that they needed, we would do it. It's our hearts. We would do it. Somebody comes asking for help, we would help them. Now, we can't fly in. We don't fly in Learjets. We don't have limos. We stay at the Motel 6 hotels, but we'll do what we can. It's unfortunate.
But knocked me over that time.
Well, you said you wanted to go to the top. It sounds like you're already there. Like you guys are just doing the right thing in the right way. That's awesome.
You're right, Sherry. Making the Gathering Nations. We're how you did it.
You're good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your hearts. Yeah, and thank you for being with us here today.
Oh,
we're looking forward to many more conversations and collaborations. We have a beautiful office building here, and our first floor looks right over the Puget Sound, and we can have about 350 people, give or take, in our downstairs area. So we do concerts here, we do shows. So maybe that could be.
Maybe one day.
We'll do it.
We'll set up a date.
You set it up, we'll be there.
We'll do it.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to keep that conversation alive for sure.
That's a good idea.
Awesome to have you guys come by.
Play for you guys. That'd be awesome. We'll come up, play a show, and we'll just hang around for some meet and greet, and it's all good.
That'd be cool.
That'd be great.
Oh,
That's-
You guys have a wonderful weekend and continue to stay blessed. And just amazing what you guys do for everyone.
It's so nice meeting you.
Yeah, we don't want to lose you guys as friends.
Yeah, stay in
Even though
touch.
you're in that position, you have our email, and we could joke around and everything else.
All right. Well, thank you. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
The land is sacred. These words are at the core of your being. The land is our mother. The rivers our blood. Take our land away.